Hey guys, it's Peacemaker here. It's been a while since I've uploaded any content, but just to let you know that I am back. And not only that, I'm back with my best content ever in the form of scary PUBG horror stories. Number 1. I'm a big gamer. I believe I had a glitch the other day, and it's creeped me and my friends out. It was a Saturday, and my parents had asked me to attend a meal for my cousin's birthday. I didn't really want to go because I'm not very sociable, and my friends wanted to meet up for a game of PUBG on the Xbox. We don't really have much time nowadays, so it felt important. I told my mother I wasn't going to go, but at the last minute she persuaded me to go, as they changed the venue to a place that did better food that I liked more. Anyway, with this in mind, I was still hoping to be back for a game with my friends. We got to the meal at around 7 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, my phone starts to ring. It was one of my friends. "Where are you?" he says. What? "I'm out for food. I'll be on later." My friend goes on to tell me that I've been online playing PUBG with a squad for the past 2 hours, and I've suddenly just logged out at the end of a game, and they were wondering what happened. I think they're having a joke with me. I think they're trying to make me look a fool. So I asked them to prove it, and they sent me a screenshot from a winner they had 1 hour earlier. One that I wasn't involved with, but had my name attached to it. I went home, and nobody was in my house. It wasn't broken into, nor was there somebody who hacked my account. There is no other logical explanation for what could have happened. They were also speaking to me, and they said it sounded exactly like me and knew things that only I could know and spoke the way that I spoke. The more I thought about it, the more ridiculous it seemed, and the more creeped out I got about it. I believe there was a split in the space-time continuum, an alternate reality perhaps, where I didn't go out with my parents and stayed and played the game. What do you think? Number 2. I am female and a big player of PUBG Mobile. I got into it a while ago when my ex-boyfriend used to play it on the Xbox, and I would often play it when travelling back and forth to lectures for my university. It was winter and it got dark very early, and I was travelling to a friend's house. Unfortunately for me, he lived on the other end of town, and I had to get a train that took approximately 25 minutes. For me, I'm thinking this is conveniently the same time as a full game of PUBG. I started playing, and before long, the doors to the train opened. It was my stop, but I was down to the bottom 10 of players, so I wanted to finish the game. I walked off the train, but I was so engrossed in the game that I failed to notice it was pitch black. And when I say pitch black, it was hard to see a few yards in front of me. And I was the only person walking down the street from what I could gather. In the game, I was in a house, and I could hear footsteps around me. There was two left when I heard footsteps getting louder. Only this time I realized the footsteps were not in the game. I turned around to see two large men power walking behind me, and the moment I see them, they begin running at me. I drop my phone out of sheer fright, and I run around a tight corner, and with my adrenaline pumping, I let out a bellowing cry for help. Luckily, there was a car approaching who heard my screams and seen me on the side of the road. I'm shaken and close to breaking down, and I can't get my words out. Luckily, they called the police, and I was safe. A few weeks later, I'm reading a newspaper when I see a report of 3 women who got raped in the same area by men who fitted the descriptions of the men who chased me that night. Be careful out there, ladies. Number 3. This has to be one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard. I was playing a solo game of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the PC. Now, I'm quite a noob at this game. So I was sat in a building, camping almost, when I started to hear footsteps around me. I could also hear some breathing on the proximity chat. I got ready to move outside and start shooting them when everything went silent. It wasn't too long before I heard, "Hello?" Somebody was close by and was speaking down their microphone to me. "Oh, hey," I replied to them, not really expecting much in the way of conversation. Then the person on the line said, "Watch this." But it sounded almost menacing. All of a sudden, I could hear a female's voice whimpering, as if she was terrified. "Help, help," she said. She sounded like she was crying. "Help, help." She repeated this multiple times. Each time I got more distressed. "Please stop messing around." I was confused. This had to be a prank, surely. Before long, everything went silent. Now, I'm expecting somebody to come on the mic, laughing, saying I was punked, or saying I was made a fool of, something like that. And I just managed to calm down when I was met with a sudden scream that jolted me into a panic. It was the girl again, and she sounded in pain. She was begging for, as she put it, to stop. She carried on for what seemed to be a lifetime, and then just like that, I heard a deep breathing noise, followed by a whimper, and then a noise which sounded like someone dying. At this point, I was deeply distressed, crying. I was shaking. My heart was beating through my chest, and I was sweating, and I was trying to convince myself it was a prank. But something told me it was real. I called the police and gave them all the information I had, but I never heard anything else. I really hope that girl's okay. Number 4. For around 6 months, I had the same dream, over and over again. And I'd only recently started to make sense of it. Now, it started off with me frantically looking around for something. What that was, I didn't know, but every time I had the dream, it always ended up being something different. Sometimes it was a gun, other times it was body armor. There was always a military theme, And I always felt like there was somebody after me, hunting me, or looking for me. And there was always some kind of immediacy. I wasn't always just running or walking. Sometimes I would be driving a car or a motorbike, and on rare occasions, bouncing across the water on a jet ski or a boat. The area I was in used to change as well. I was in a wooded area and then sometimes a desert, and no two dreams were the same. This one night, the dream I had started off as normal. I was looking for something as usual, only this time I'm wearing vest and pants. And suddenly from nowhere I start to feel tense. More tense than I've ever felt in this dream before. I look to the floor and what's there? A frying pan. Yes, I pick the frying pan up, I turn around and I hit a faceless figure over the head with it, knocking him to the floor. That's when I woke up. And that was the last time I had the dream. And I only worked out what it was when I went to a friend's house 3 weeks ago. He was playing PUBG. He started a game and he landed in a secluded building. He was wearing nothing but a vest and a pair of pants. He said he was being pursued by somebody. He looked to the floor, grabbed the frying pan, turned around and hit this player over the head, killing them. It was exactly like my dream. Now, you are probably thinking, what's so scary about having a dream about PUBG? Well, my dream started in 2010, 7 years before PUBG was released. I don't have an explanation, and I probably never will. Hey guys, Peacemaker here. I really enjoyed making this video for you. It's really good to be back. If you could, please like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment outlining what you want to hear for the future. If there's any specific videos you want to hear. I do have some more PUBG horror stories as well. Are there any other subjects you want to hear? Maybe other video games you want mentioned? Let me know in the comment section as well. And I will find some true scary stories for you to listen to. So it's been a pleasure, guys. Hit that bell button. Wait for some more videos. There will be some coming up shortly. And remember what I always say. Be careful of those things that go bump in the night.